Yo! Yo, listen. Got special guest Ryan Miller.
Hello, sir.
He's been here on Genesis Day, unfortunately for him. Nah, Genesis is cool. It does what Nintendo don't. Yo, we got Trevor, we got Ben, we got me, Spencer. I'm playing. Brandon! Brandon? Where is he? Oh, yeah, he has a GF and he doesn't like us anymore. That's cool. No, it's not a big deal. Whatever. Yeah. Okay, so this is
GF and he abandoned us.
Yep, he literally... you know who has a GF and comes here? Ben. You know who has a wife and comes here? Ryan. But, you know, whatever. Having a GF, that's more important than friends. Anyway, this is Castlevania Bloodlines for Genesis. Pretty brutal, pretty awesome game. I'm hoping to go through it, and not necessarily a speed run, but maybe more of a... Because Castlevania games, you can never, like, hope on a speed run just because they're crazy. First of all, let's look at the controls. This is how the controls are set up to begin with. Attack is A, jump is B, and item is C. Like, what in the heck? There is one way that it should be set up, which is jump is C, attack is B, and item is A. There is no other way it should be set up. I do have it set to normal. I do have it set for more lives because life. Now you have two choices. You have either John Morris, aka Whip Guy, and you have Eric Lecard, aka Spear Guy. I'm gonna go with John because it's a Castlevania game. We need to do a little bit of a, you know, whatever. So
I think that Eric is just easier.
The main story on this game.
Oh yeah, when I was playing this a little bit, every time it changes to a black screen, it like cuts out audio for like 5 seconds.
Oh, it's weird. Oh, whatever. It's not gonna be a big deal. So, the main what's the word? Story of this game is the girl you saw in the very beginning. I forget her name. Whatever. She's a sorceress who brought back Dracula. It's pretty much it.
And the Belmonts can't do it because plot. It's literally Bram Stoker's Dracula, the same family.
Yeah, pretty much. So
that was cool. Those crows were eating that corpse.
Dude, this game is so brutal. You'll see it in the first boss. Do you see how the skeletons just die and there's like a whole bunch of like crazy, like gory blood and stuff? It's a brutal game, man.
This is what Nintendo don't.
This is literally what Nintendo. Wait, also, notice the music. This music, if you watched our Let's Play of Castlevania Circle of the Moon for GBA, you'll notice.
Secret.
I don't need no secrets. Anyway,
you have a 50% chance to get the blue thing.
Mate, we'll be getting the blue thing early enough. So, what was I gonna say? A lot of the music in Castlevania Circle of the Moon for GBA is recycled from this game, because this game has phenomenal music. It's not particularly long. There's only 8 levels. Or I'm sorry, 6 levels. Excuse me.
Yeah, there's 3 Castlevanias that feature the Morris family, and they're all made by the same Konami dev team. So I guess it was their own like universe of the Castlevania. And the 3 are Bloodlines, Circle of the Moon, which I already played, and then
watch how this boss dies.
Oh yeah, just half a corpse.
Do you see that? That is what Nintendo.
He was tough.
Yeah, I shouldn't have even got hit on him. I guess I'm playing a little too loose. But
also, you have to get used to this TV with this delay.
There is a little bit of delay. I'm not going to blame anything on that. However, it doesn't really matter for one particular reason. Oh my god. Okay. There are so few of those pyros in this game. It's ridiculous. But this game is just look up there. Those are like corpses that like. Okay, come on. Okay, come on.
What are you collecting? Are those jewels?
Yeah.
They're the hearts, pretty much, of this game.
Okay. Of course. When I play, all this crap would happen, wouldn't it? I practiced it 3 times this week, but of course, random stupid stuff is gonna happen. We got this, guys. So the one thing, there's a couple things about this game when it comes to difficulty. The first is you have, obviously, I chose the 5 lives. When you die, if you look at the upper right where it says stage 1-7, it starts you on that stage. Even if you get a continue, it starts you right there. So that's really forgiving. You only get 3 continues.
Also, the blue thing only lasts until you get hit.
Until you get hit, yes. So this blue thing I have where it makes me super, super strong, it only lasts until you get hit once.
Go ahead.
LOL!
She jumped right into the pendulum.
Okay.
Does that take 10 hearts?
Takes quite a bit, but I just wanted to make sure I didn't get hit. They're so nice to you on this first level. So the first level is really easy. The second's pretty easy. The third, fourth, and fifth are pretty difficult, and the sixth is pretty much just a boss rush. You can go through the game if you're really good in 30 to 40 minutes. I'll probably go through it in about 45 to an hour because I'm kind of a pleb. Ah.
Oh, white
Oh,
dragons.
man.
That's okay.
Back to your boring old
And the
whip.
boss is right here. Here's another interesting thing about this game. The game itself is pretty hard, and the levels themselves, especially later ones, are pretty hard. Not too many of the bosses are particularly difficult.
Yeah, this is just armor guy, right?
Yeah, it's just armor guy. Cool.
How do you do the 3 axes?
If you are, like, pressing, like, right or up when you do it, I still can't quite figure it out. It does that. So this guy, obviously, if you're, like, just stand far enough away, it's like, well, you pretty much win. Now he doesn't have anything but a kick, and now he's dead. So, like I said, this isn't particularly hard in terms of bosses. There's one boss because you're on a really small platform is tough, but besides that, the bosses are pretty... Watch this, watch this. Ah! You kind of stop still there.
Someday I'm gonna do Rondo of Blood, and if you time the freeze time thing when he's doing the backflip, looks super cool.
So stage 2 is an Atlantis shrine in Greece. We moved quite a bit because reasons. This is the water level that doesn't have any music to begin. You know what? That would actually
remember
be
this
better.
for Circle of the Moon?
It does look pretty cool.
The game itself looks good, sounds good, plays good.
I just want to be better on the Super Nintendo.
It would be better if it was on the Super. Yeah, pretty much. I mean, honestly, the controls would be better.
I mean, it's probably one of the best looking and best sounding games in the Genesis, but it's still the Genesis.
It came out pretty late. Castlevania 4 came out in 1991, and I think Castlevania 3 came out in 1990. This one was a 94er. So by this time on the Super Nintendo, there was a lot of pretty good... This is an auto-scrolling one. A lot of pretty good games coming out on that.
Hurry up!
Including, what was about 94? I think actually Mega Man X was 94. So you got that going on. So the year this game came out, 1994, was the same year the last Nintendo game came out, Wario's Woods. And there was some other games in 94.
That's weird.
Well, the last Nintendo game was Sunday Fun Day. That came out in '95.
Yeah, that's right. That's a.
But you are correct.
But that's
what do you call that? That's an
the
unlicensed.
officially
one, yeah.
licensed, yeah, Wario's Woods, the official licensed one. That was the last.
Seems like the boomerang is pretty good.
There are certain enemies you really want it for and certain you don't. I think this level will be nice because this level is pretty much the level in the game where it's like an instant death, you know? Like, you get hit, you fall, instant death kind of thing. So this... the one other thing about this game I've noticed is a lot of the mini-bosses are so much harder than the actual boss. For instance, this one's not so bad. This is a really weird...
You got the blue thing just in time.
This is a really weird boss where all you really... If you notice the water's going up, all you really have to do is just do this and hit him. But if you mess up, it like starts going up really fast. Then you fight a lot of these things. I mean, those as well, I guess. A lot of these things.
Do the blue thing.
Honestly, I don't need to.
I know the strats. That's such a weird noise.
Yeah.
Bonk. Oh. You know, it's been a while since I played this game. What does that remind me of? Oh yeah, Gunstar Heroes.
It is a weird noise, Trevor, you're right.
It is certainly a weird noise.
Womp.
Now that boss, it's not particularly difficult, but honestly, it's probably easier than the end boss. which is funny. So now we're gonna enter into
my
everyone's favorite stuff, which is just get ready for it. Let's accept them into our lives. The Medusa heads. And of course, this game does that really dumb thing where if you fall where you can't see, you die, even if you know it's even if you know it's, something down here. But I figure it's October.
At least they come so sparingly.
Yeah, they really don't come too fast. It's October. This is complete in shocks. If you fall and if you can fall and still see the ground, you don't automatically die. You just sometimes I let them live just because they don't spawn as much. You don't automatically die. You just get hurt quite a bit. Like every second, it takes like 2 or 3.
Also, this will probably be our last complete in shocks game. It's over. But ending on a cool game.
But that doesn't necessarily mean we can't do horror games.
No.
Ah, dang it. Oh well.
Wrecked.
Probably wasn't gonna last too long anyway. These bad guys are weird. They have like super armor unless you hit them in the act of like jumping or whatever, in which case they are just one hit.
Wow.
All right, guys want to see the most iconic part of this game for me? Yeah,
That is one heck of a whip you got there.
Yep. Chris Klump would be proud.
I specifically remember the elevator stages and how like the graphics look cool.
Yes, that's another one. This game uses, I don't know what you would call it, the parallax scrolling or whatever.
It's mode 7.
It's mode 7. Everything's mode 7.
Uses it really well. Let's just be as careful as possible. And let's not get that dumb holy water.
Isn't the holy water good in this game?
It is, but when I can do stuff like this and not have to worry about getting an auto death, I figure what the heck.
The only real good game that the holy water is like amazing is Castlevania 1, where you can just like stun lock things.
Yeah,
pretty much. Wow. I love the sound effects in this game, and the music. Dude, the music gets me into that Victorian era kind of thing, you know what I mean? Like, I just feel so... I mean, I know a lot of Castlevania games do it, but this particular one is, like, so... Oh, shoot! Dang it! The second I jumped, I knew that. Alright, so actually, next time that I do this stage, I'm going to actually pick up the holy water, because no help for that.
Not a big deal, boss.
Nah, not at all. This game definitely gives you enough lives,
It would be cool to have a deathless run.
Oh, that was not gonna happen. There's a part later in the game which is pretty much a boss rush, which is pretty tough. Also, the later levels are once again pretty tough.
At least you have to whip the head off again. So
I was trying to go for a continuous run, but we'll see. Everyone knows how it is when you're actually trying to like do something you practiced on, when you're like with friends and like actually recording it. Stuff always goes wrong.
LP jitters.
I was playing this, practicing this mostly on,
Those dinosaurs kind of look like a Boney from Wienerville. Remember Wienerville?
I actually do not.
Anyone?
Never heard of it.
All right.
Actually.
Nickelodeon show. There's a dinosaur named Boney.
Boney.
And he kind of looks like that.
Oh.
No, actually, I guess that was before I was watching and stuff.
It was early 90s.
Whew.
Mid 90s.
All right, let's do this better.
I would have been like 3 years old.
Yeah, Ryan, know your audience.
I know. I'm such an old man.
Yes. No! Okay. All right.
The frame rate.
All right, we're almost done with level 2. We just got a little part down here. I should have enough life to kill the boss, honestly.
Also, I think it's worth noting that Spencer's playing it on the Genesis Model 3.
Yep.
Which is weird.
It's the only one I have. So this boss is particularly odd in that you can't really hurt him until you get to his top, and obviously you only get to his top by doing that. His only real attack is dropping stuff from the ceiling, which is pretty easy to see.
I guess the boomerang is this game's cross.
Yeah, the boomerang I don't think is in too many other Castlevania
Any
game.
other ones.
And obviously, when you actually start hitting him, it takes so much. If you're standing when he does that, it takes, or it doesn't take a lot, but it sends you flying into the air.
I like how his sprite slowly deteriorates with every hit.
It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. That's a the one thing you can't fault this game for is attention to detail and just cool stuff like that. So we're through 2. We only lost once. Not so bad, especially with stupid boring.
You can whip downwards.
Yeah, I think.
Yeah, you can.
Okay. All right. So level 3's in, I think, like Romania or something. We're really traveling all. No, Italy. Leaning Tower of Pisa. This is the part Trevor was talking about as being super iconic, and we're about to. Oh God.
Good stage.
What? I was gonna say, they don't usually have 3 hits. So these things are super annoying, and you want to, like, take your time to kill them, because... Great. Great. Alright. This is another, like, set of bad guys where that item is just kind of awesome. I don't particularly remember this level being too long, but it's, again, filled with a fair share of insta-deaths, which isn't that everyone's favorite thing in Castlevania?
At least the enemies don't respawn.
Now, here's a pretty interesting thing. This level has different paths depending on who you are. Yeah. Whatever. So if you are Eric Licard, aka Spear Guy, you can do an attack where you can jump up really high, and if you are John Morris, you can do that. Oh!
Dude, that whole swinging thing is so scary. It just seems like it would never work ever.
Let's get something better. Whee! Yeah, it's always, like, right on the edge. So, it's slightly different paths, like, of what you fight and stuff like that. It's kind of interesting. Oh, right. Totally forgot.
Oh, he only has 3 hits.
4, 5. Okay, cool, great. I mean, I used all mine, but whatever. I honestly do not know how that...
Mode 7.
So the whole goal on this is to, well, I mean, obviously not fall, but keep the Medusa heads lower than you, and, like, wait till you're at the bottom and the Medusa heads are lower than you.
And then jump up.
And then jump up. Because they only come up on, you know, whatever path you're on.
That tower has definitely seen better days if it's wobbling that much.
Well, it was leaning, but now it's been degraded to the wobbling tower.
And
I wonder why John is so inclined to climbing it for some reason. It's not leading anywhere.
He just feels like going up. Uh-oh. Bad move, Spencer. Did I just get a life? I just got a life.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. I don't think I've... Uh-oh. 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 Great.
What?
Almost got hit by that dumb bat. You know when you see, like, one bat and you're like, whatever, and it still hits you? That's Castlevania for you.
Also kind of blends in the background.
Neat. That was cool.
Gotta get more ammo.
Can you hear this glorious... I think there's one that comes through here. Yeah! Yeah! I have short-term memory. Ho 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 ho!
Strats.
Those were strats. My least favorite thing so far in the game.
Is there a boss on these?
So... these things go around 1.5 times. And I don't know why I always have such a hard time, because they're so easy to figure out, but I still can't figure them out.
Random assortment of platforms.
So you go up, And then you have to... Ooh, yeah! Oh, baby.
But you only have 4, remember?
They give you one every time.
Ooh.
Perfect. No!
Wrecked.
Neat.
Juked ya. Man, I'd be pretty scared to be on random platforms that are ascending.
Yes!